Teenager Mikey Williams has been getting a lot of talk lately, and even names like Drake, LeBron James, and Kevin Durant follow him on Instagram. But how did he get here? More lifestyle, career, and personal life stuff coming up big time hoops mode. First of all, I need to point out that when this guy was a baby, he may have first held a basketball instead of a baby bottle. You know why? Because for Mikey, sports are a family affair. His mom, Charisse, put a basketball in his hand when he was 11 months old, and his dad, Malon, helps coach and mentor his son. Because Williams' father played basketball for Sweetwater High School, where he was an all-conference selection, and his mother played softball for Hampton University. No matter how good his parents were in sports, his son had a problem their parents couldn't avoid: fighting. As Mikey grew into his elementary years, it was clear that he had a fearless fire. His mom said about his childhood: he was getting into fights almost every single day. Usually, though, it was against the bigger, older kids. He'd stick up for the kids getting bullied. Mikey confirms this. When I was in first grade, I was beating up fourth graders. Jeez, this kid is really fearless. Talk about being a Draymond. In fact, we have to say that the reason why this boy was tough in a sense is because he grew up around competitive street basketball. Mikey's introduction to hoops was an outdoor court at the apartment complex he grew up in. There, it was a necessity to keep your head on a swivel. A "Beware of Rattlesnake" sign sits behind one of the backboards. Mikey said, "I don't know if playing outside made me a better player, but it definitely made me a tougher one." The NBA is much tougher, but my guy looks ready for it. That's clear. He continued to develop rapidly with this ambition, work discipline, and the mentorship of his family. In grade 6, while playing with the San Diego Sharks, Williams had his first official in-game dunk at 12 years old. In 8th grade, Mikey joined the North Coast Blue Chips AAU team, where he rose to fame while playing alongside LeBron's son, Bronny. And he continued to attract attention during his high school years. As a freshman, this kid played for San Ysidro High in San Diego. One of the most memorable matches of his high school life was when he played on December 13th. He scored a career-high 77 points, making 9 three-pointers in a 116-52 win over Kearney High. He broke the CIF San Diego section single-game scoring record. Also, it wasn't just one game that he played at a Superman level. As a freshman, Mikey averaged 30 points, 6.7 rebounds, and 4.9 assists, and was named the Max Prep's National Freshman of the Year. Talk about bursting onto the scene. Entering his sophomore season, Williams transferred to Lake Norman Christian in Huntersville, North Carolina, to play with more competitive teams. However, in April 2022, Mikey announced that he would return home to San Diego and play for his original high school for his senior year. And my man continues to play his game and wow fans everywhere. Stations like NBC Sports often televise his high school games that boost his exposure. So much that this kid has 3.8 million followers on Instagram. It may be 4 million while watching this video. That's a crazy number, guys. Let's put that into perspective. DeMar DeRozan has around 3.3 million, Zach LaVine 2.5, and Donovan Mitchell has 3.6 million followers. Mikey has almost 4 million, and this kid isn't even in the league yet. Really interesting. Actually, we even don't know why he's so popular. However, he knows how to use his popularity well. He's already making a lot of money for a high school teenager. Let's take a look at this kid's cash flow. First of all, be ready to be shocked. You know why? Because Mikey Williams is already a 7-figure club member. This 18-year-old kid has a net worth of $7 million. That's just ridiculous. You might wonder how you could make so much money in high school. Much of his fortune comes from his deal with Puma. The Phenom has landed a multi-year footwear and apparel endorsement deal with Puma. LaMelo is the big star at Puma, so they hope Mikey can be that next guy. The deal made him the first American high school basketball player to sign a sneaker deal while still in school. Jeez, if I was this young, I would have spent my $1 million just on sneakers. Real quick, the Flash B loves Hakeem's Dream Shake. That was an unstoppable move for sure. Be sure to comment and you'll be eligible for a shout-out. Then you can be cool too. Anywho, let's see where Mikey spends some of that paper. Man, I gotta say he's a total car freak. And not just normal cars, guys. He drives cars like Dodge Challenger, BMW, Lambo Urus, Ferrari, and Bentley. Whoa, that's ridiculous. Not even a lot of NBA stars have cars like that. Of course, my man doesn't just own cars. He's also letting the NBA know he's ready with his fashion game too. What am I talking about? Look at this dude's teeth. This kid has grills. And the grill has an estimated value of around $30,000. It's comprised of high-end internally flawed diamonds, hand-picked. The grill includes diamonds to the brim. Talk about a shining star. But it's not limited to that. He wears designer outfits like Dior, Gucci, Balenciaga, so he knows how to keep it fly off the court. The clothes, the cars, and the grills are all good, but my man obviously wants something more memorable. Therefore, he engraves some important things on his body with tattoos. Here are some of his tats. As you can see, his tattoo included both numbers worn by Kobe Bryant and a quote reading, "Heroes come and go, but legends are forever." I'm sure the Black Mamba would like that one. Nice cars, grills, and a $7 million fortune. Of course, my man didn't spend all this money alone. He's had a relationship with basketball player Deja Kelly. But unfortunately, they broke up. Then he was dating Jada Williams. No one is sure if they're still together, but Mikey is focused on basketball and the upcoming NBA draft. It's clear we're going to hear this kid's name more often. So what did you think about Mikey? Let us know in the comments. Hope you liked the video and check out the next one now.